Hi guys, welcome back for a brand new video. Today we are going to be filling another one of my raised beds and I'm going to be planting some more cut flowers. I've never planted the ones that I'm planting today before, so I'm super excited. They look like they're going to be so beautiful. And then I also think I'm going to possibly plant some strawberries. We will see what I get to planting, and I want to show you guys the seeds I'm going to be planting. So these are moss roses and it's double blend. They just look so beautiful. It says to sow outside 1 to 2 weeks after your average last frost date. Where I live in garden zone 8A. Last year, actually, when I looked, it said our last frost date was April 1st, like average last frost date. But this year when I looked, it said like March 17th to 23rd. And so just looking at the radar and everything, the weather app, it looks like the lows for the next week or so are like in the 60s. There's like maybe a couple days where it's in the 50s. So overall, it's gonna be perfectly fine. There's no more danger of a frost. So we should be good to plant these. And then I also got some straw flowers. These are tall mixed straw flowers. These are from Amazon, and then the other seeds I got are from Epic Gardening, but they actually come from Botanical Interest. So I'll have these linked below in case you guys are interested. But straw flowers are so pretty because they are beautiful in and of themselves, but you can cut off the head of them and then dry them out, and they're beautiful for like decor and like home decor, or you know, I could use them. I want to do a DIY wreath. I did one last year and I'm actually planning on doing that this week, but if I wanted to have one for the fall time or like make a different one or something, I can use straw flowers in that. So I'm super excited for these. A lot of the reviews said that they take forever to actually bloom, so I'm gonna plant and just hope for the best. So that is what we're doing today. Super excited to bring you guys along. If you've watched any of my content like from last year or on TikTok this year, and I actually think I have a video of it too, I fill my beds. I basically put down a layer of cardboard to block the grass and like weeds from growing up through the bed, and then I fill it with like random stuff like leaves, and I'm actually gonna fill it with some old soil from like pots that I used last year. And I am just gonna go actually to this place outside our neighborhood that has a bunch of like branches and stuff, and I'm just gonna gather some branches and we're gonna use those and twigs and just all that kind of stuff to fill the bed. And then I have some soil, so I'll show you guys all of that. But first I'm gonna go ahead and go outside our neighborhood to gather some branches, and then I will meet you guys in my backyard. So I literally just gathered this branch and broke it up and have that to fill the bed. There's the bed, there's my soil. And then these were some hanging plants that were on our front porch last year, and I'm going to dump all of that. I'm gonna pull the weeds out, and then I'm gonna dump the like branch part in there. And then these two are filled with soil that is completely saturated with roots, so I'm also gonna put that in there. And then these are some dead petunias that I pulled up from our front flower bed, and so it's basically just like twigs and branches, so I'm gonna put that in there as well. And then I have our cardboard that we're going to put down at the bottom of the bed, as well as this topsoil and compost. I have 6 bags of each, so we're just gonna mix that together. So I'm gonna get started placing the cardboard, and then I'll fill it all up. is to do moss rose right here, straw flower in the middle, and then on that side we're gonna do dahlias. I've never planted any of these before, so I'm just going by what online says and what the packets say. So the moss rose says to press seeds into soil surface and do not cover. That's the same for straw flower. So I'm gonna do that now and wish me luck. Just finished with this one, so we officially have 3 beds out here. If you haven't been following me before this video, this one is a wildflower bed, this one is cut flowers, so this one is just like random seeds. I really don't know like what even is gonna bloom. This one is cosmos and zinnias, and then this one you saw me just plant the moss rose, the straw flowers, and then the moss rose, I don't know if I got a video of it on here. I know I got a video for TikTok, but I don't think I hit record, so sorry about that. But they're such tiny seeds, they're like poppy seeds. And then the straw flowers right here, and then I'm gonna plant dahlias right here. And then I have a 4th bed right here that I'm going to plant marigolds on the sides and then bell peppers in the middle. So I'll give you guys a bell pepper seedling update in a minute. I have bell peppers and dahlias, and I have been hardening them off, which means basically you're getting them used to being outside. I'm following, I can't remember who, I cannot remember the gardener on YouTube whose method I'm following, but basically he said over a period of 2 weeks you want to basically bring your seedlings that you started inside outside for like an hour in the morning, an hour at night, and then slowly increase it day by day just so they get more used to the sunlight. I accidentally left them outside yesterday during an intense thunderstorm. The bell peppers are fine, and honestly they look completely fine. I've only been doing this for like 3 days, but the dahlias are just not doing great, and I'll be happy if I have like 3 that are able to be planted, like transplanted into the bed, because I feel like 3 will be enough to like kind of spread out, because a lot can grow from one stem, and I plan on pinching them so that way they branch in a lot more directions. So let me show you a close-up. So these are the dahlias that look very sad, and then these are the bell peppers. The peppers are looking great. I'm super excited to be able to plant those, and I also planted some zinnias in this little pot one day last week, and I planted 5 and they all germinated, so I thought that was great. I'm actually about to plant these strawberries, and I saw a girl on TikTok say to, I don't know if you can see them, the lighting is not good, but she said to plant them, like dip them in cinnamon and then plant them because the cinnamon helps them to root. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna use these pots that we bought our hydrangeas in last year, because I ended up growing zinnias in these last year too, and the zinnias did so fabulously. They absolutely love these little plastic pots, so I'm just gonna use those for strawberries and we'll see how it goes. And also I'm going to be transplanting this Swiss cheese plant from this that it came into this, because one, I thought this was adorable, but also this plant has just not been doing well, and I'm going to move it in our house to somewhere else with more light. I'm cheering it on, you know. I think it wants to live, or else it would have died by now because it's been so sad. I think my camera overheated, but we planted them, so hopefully we see some kind of sprouts soon. I really don't know anything about strawberries. And I do know that most people already have them planted, but you know, I just figured I have the pots, I have those strawberries, so I was just gonna go for it. Next up is repotting this plant. Here's what my plant looks like. I think it's super cute. I just am obsessed with this pot and this color. Oh, I thought I got all the water out, but it just leaked on me. So I'm going to put this on this top part of our shelf. I've also got the air fryer going. It's probably what you hear in the background. I'm making a pizza bagel for lunch, but I'm gonna put this on the top left of the shelves. Let me show you. So this is what they look like right now, and I actually had this plant up there just seeing like what it would look like. So I had this like dirty paper towel that catches the water from that plant, but I think I'm gonna take that thing off and put it right there and let it drip. But I think that will look nice with this one. So we'll see how it does. Honestly, I'm not loving it. I'm not loving this like single thing right here, but I'm just gonna leave it up there for a couple of days and just see how I feel. That is gonna be it for this video. I really don't know if this video was short or not. I feel like it's gonna be pretty short, but I hope that you guys enjoyed it. It was just a day of doing random things in my garden and yard and all that kind of stuff. So I'm super excited to watch everything grow. I feel like my patience is very much being tested with gardening because it's just such a slow burn, but it's always worth it, and it's so satisfying just watching stuff that you've grown yourself. And I've really only planted things like last spring, and even then I only had one bed. I had a few pots of stuff, but this year, and like apart from that, all I've seen is like my houseplants growing, which is really fun, but none of those I've planted from seed. You know, I buy those at the store and then I will get to watch them thrive here, but it's just so fun and it's truly worth the wait. But thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being here. I hope that you enjoyed. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye.